This is an ad brake. Which ad do we think is likely to work better? That 0 or that 0? Which ad is likely, which of these ads in an ad brake is likely to be more memorable? Is it this one because of the fine quality of the drawing of the circle? Or is it this one over here because it's slightly fatter than the circle? Or is it this one that's slightly smaller we might remember here? Or would it be this one that's a little bit elliptical and maybe a little even on its side? Which of these circles do we think is likely to work better in the ad brake? That's the conversation you have in most agencies. Here's the mind. And if we put 20 commercials in it, what's that? 4, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 19? Call that 19 anyway. If I add a 20th commercial to that, what share of mind have I got? Another 1 out of an existing 19. Great. I must have. But what we know, because we know Gestalt, if I do that, I haven't got 5%. Because what the mind does is it's a pattern making machine. And what the mind will then see is 19 of these and 1 of these. So I've immediately, not by being better, just by being different, increased it by a factor of 10. Now I don't know if the numbers are right, but I do know, we know that's what happens. So, from the day you're born till the day you die, they've just discovered that advertising is a conversation, right? So this is every conversation from the day you're born till the day you die. It's got to have 3 elements, and it's got to work this way, like a funnel. And the elements have got to be impact, communication, persuasion. None of this is rocket science. This is all just the simple stuff that everybody's forgotten because it's not nearly sophisticated enough for university graduates that fill the planning departments of most agencies now. So, but that's why most advertising dies, because it's done by university graduates for university graduates, and most of those aren't in the supermarkets buying products. Obviously, if there's no impact, it doesn't get on the radar. No one knows what you're talking about. Nothing happens. If there's impact but no one knows what you're saying, nothing happens. If there's impact, people know what you're saying and they can see why they should do it, something happens. What we know from those numbers is 89% of advertising isn't noticed or remembered. 89% fails there. Doesn't get past there. Yeah? Where do we spend all our time concentrating on? In every research debrief, in every client meeting, in every planning meeting, in every strategy session, in every account review. We'll spend all our time here. The most important sentence on a brief, I've never seen written on a brief. You've never seen it written on a brief. The most important sentence on a brief is people must notice this advertising. Yeah? Never been written on a brief. Consequently, we spend all our time here assuming everybody notices our ad. Because we've done it. It must be noticed. And 89%, 17 billion quid is pissed away. Because nobody ever tries to get into this part. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I'll move on. When you say yeah, I'll know I can move on. Otherwise, so if that's where 90% of it, given or 89% fails there, that must be the biggest part of the game, just to get past there. If we can get past there, we must, and I'll give you loads and loads of examples if I have more time. If we can get past there, we must automatically have more success there.